Okay, guys, so I'm here. Some of you guys were saying that you are having a very nice day today, so I'm here to fuck that up for you guys. Okay, today we are going to have a very, very long class. Okay, a lot to cover up in our today's class, guys. Today is officially our very first class of backend development. Officially the very first class of backend development, guys. So yeah, that is going to cause some ruckus in our today's class, right? So for how much long, I don't know. There's just that the topics are pretty huge for today's class. Our aim is to at least start writing our very first hello world program of backend development. Okay, so for backend development, I make want to make sure that today we are able to write our very first particular like backend code for hello world right over there. So that is going to take up a lot of time because we have to cover up nodejs today, we have to cover up npm today, we have to cover up expressjs today, we have to write the hello world program for backend today. So yeah, it is going to be a very long class, guys, but I hope so that you will still find it a little bit more interesting than the previous classes. So my age is 13. I've left. I've learned. Sorry, I thought that you have left your house. So 13. Good. Learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So I'm learning backend from you now. Will I get certificates? My age is 13. See, certificates don't see age, right? Certificates don't have eyes. They don't see age. Certificate is given to anybody who's working hard. That is the aim of the boot camp. We don't want see, it is good. Okay, of course, for taking up internships as well, I always encourage people to learn as much as possible. But my suggestion to you, Sharma Styles, would be you're 13, you're learning new things. That's really great. But if you are in your 11th and 12th, whenever you reach your 11th and 12th, my suggestion to you would be focus upon JEE mains and advance as much as possible. Many people will say to you that like don't do it, okay, you are doing so well and all those kind of crap. Don't listen to them. You are still living in India. You need to understand something, that no matter how companies are being portraying themselves that array degree doesn't matter, array this doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, that is not for Indians. Being very frank with you, that is not for Indians. Okay, I've heard that so many number of times, and but I have taken up interviews, right? I am myself an interviewer, so companies hire me to take up interviews on their behalf. So let me tell you this very frankly, companies care about you having a degree. Okay, they don't care about your CGPA, being very honest. I have placed students, I have taken in students as well who have like 6 CGPA, 5 CGPA as well. But yeah, skills matter. You need to have great skills right over there. CGPA does not has a lot of different advantage that you are able to get. Okay, nevertheless, guys, a lot to cover up in our today's class. Also, for those, so what's your package? I can't say exactly what's my package is currently, but because again, nobody can. You go and ask to anybody, they won't tell you their package openly. But if you are meeting me somewhere, I can definitely. So approximately, my package is equivalent to what an on-road class Mercedes E class costs in Delhi. So that will be my package. I cannot say the exact number, but yeah, I can tell you an approximation to the number they represent. If you were in the Python and AI class, you will know about that as well. Yes, Sharma Styles, you will be able to get these certificates. You don't have to worry about it. Bro, does degree matter or help getting in a job? Doing MCA really did BCA, finding MCA course content irrelevant. Guys, if you really think that a course or a particular MCA or a BCA is going to help you land a job, you are misled. Okay, even if you're doing BCA as well, you will get the exact same jobs. You are doing MCA, you will get the exact same jobs. What matters are two important things. Okay, I'm going to be very frank about you. If somebody says only skills matter, so that's wrong. Okay, I am a huge supporter of that. Yes, skills matter and all those kind of crap. But if somebody says that only skills matter, so it's not that. Yes, you should have great skills to land up a good job. But if you want a great package, okay, both a very good college, okay, as well as skills matter. If you are not from a good college, then only your skills matter. It is irrelevant which degree you are pursuing or which college you are currently attending. Then only your particular skill set matters. But yeah, if you are from a good college, then that also matters right over there. So web development के interview में English necessary है. See, if you are going for an IT company, English is necessary anywhere. Okay, how many of you guys know about? Okay, I will stop right over there. There's a lot to study today. Okay, otherwise a lot of time will be wasted right over there, guys. So let's start today's class. Shall we start today's class, guys? Please let me know. Shall we start today's class, guys? Please let me know. Yes, no. Okay, even if you say no, then also I'm going to start with the class, right? There's nothing that I can do about it, right? So nevertheless, let me just share this on Telegram. I forgot to share the today's class link on Telegram itself. I just remembered it right now. Today's class has started. Paste, and then let us pin that up right over there. Pin and notify all members. Okay, great, awesome. So first of all, do you guys remember yesterday we talked about React? Sorry, not React. I'm very sorry, about Node.js. Do you guys remember Node.js as a spacesuit itself? Now, do you guys have a jetpack? Like, do you guys have a jetpack right over here when you're living on Earth? Do you guys have a jetpack? I don't have. Maybe there is a jetpack with somebody out there in like the secret government organizations itself, maybe the Area 51 or something like that. But I don't believe that any of us have a jetpack with us, right? So we can't fly like Iron Man does. But when you go to, but for an astronaut, every single astronaut has a jetpack, right? They need to float around in the space and they require a jetpack for the same. So a space suit adds some extra functionalities to the human as well. It allows us to live inside of space. It allows us to like survive inside of space, but it also adds some extra functionalities to the human as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. What is the difference between React and Node? The same difference between the front end of a restaurant and back end of the restaurant. Can you cook food in the front end? No, you shouldn't. Okay, right? And in this exact same way, can you make a particular person, like a client, sit in the kitchen itself and eat their food? No, right? You won't get clients after that. The same difference. React is for front end, Node is for back end. Chai or coffee? Of course, coffee, man. I don't drink chai. I drink ginger tea. Like, I love lemon tea, ginger tea. That's good. Okay, so let's start today's class, guys, with keeping that in mind itself. Okay. So again, were you guys able to understand what I'm saying right now? That the particular jetpack, that the particular space suit provides some extra functionalities to the human as well, not just the ability to survive inside of space, but also some extra functionalities is also added right over there. Were you guys able to remember that from our yesterday's class, guys? So that is something that we'll see practically with like our Node.js. Okay, with Node.js, we will see it practically right now. Like, how does Node.js not just provides a particular environment for our JavaScript to function within the computer, but also provides some extra functionalities to JavaScript as well. Both we are going to see right now. Before we are able to start that, guys, I will humbly request everybody to definitely visit DevTown's page as well, Instagram page. Daily we make sure that we are able to put something that's funny, that is something that is good, okay, that also provides you with a little bit more insight towards the particular tech industry itself, whether it's what should you learn, or explaining a particular concept, or so on and so forth, and some memes. Of course, we need to keep it light and healthy as well. So definitely check Instagram out, guys, of DevTown, if it's possible, if it's not a lot, because see, we are trying to develop a community, and a community is all that you guys are, right? So being connected to each other, you guys can connect with me, you guys can connect with Ashish, you can connect with DevTown right over here. It will be great to connect with you guys, to be able to share your thoughts. And definitely, yes, I'm going to be very active on Instagram. I'm going to host some live sessions on Instagram as well, wherein if you guys have any questions or queries, you guys can put your queries in the live session and I will answer those as well for you guys. I'm planning to do that every weekend because that's a holiday for me. So I also have some extra time on my hands. Okay, so if you guys want to connect with us on Instagram, please do that. It will be great to connect with you guys as well. Okay, so I'm providing you guys with a link in the live chat. Definitely connect with us on Instagram, guys, if it's possible. Okay, I'm not forcing anybody to do so, but it will be great to connect with you. That is my personal opinion, right? We are doing so much for you. If it is not a big deal, please do connect with us. We'll love to talk to you. We'll love to interact with you. Let us know what you want to see from our end. We will try to make sure that whatever we are posting, we are able to cater towards it. Do see some of our previous posts and let us know your thoughts as well. Okay, so right over here, guys, let me start with our today's class. So let me open up. Okay, now please try to understand this, that not everybody attending today's class has a laptop, guys. So we are going to use an online coding environment. Many of you guys have a laptop. You guys can use like VS Code. You guys can use Atom, whatever you guys prefer. For our purpose, we are going to go further with either Code Sandbox or Replit. So I'm going to go further with Replit itself. I find the user interface very good. Okay, so you can just search for Replit on Google. Okay, just search for Replit on Google, guys. It's a free tool. Even I'm using the free version for the past 3 years, so you guys don't have to worry about that. What does Replit do is that instead of you coding on your own laptop or on your own mobile phone, it provides you an online environment. Okay, think about it in such a way that there is a computer somewhere in the world which you are given an access to, and whatever code that you are writing is actually getting run on that computer, and you're just seeing the output. Okay, it also hosts the website for you, so you don't have to care about the hosting, that my website is not live, I cannot share it with anybody else. So your whatever website that we will be creating, it will automatically be hosted. You can share that with your friends, you can put it on your resume, your interviewer will be able to see it, and it's completely free of cost. Even if you don't have a laptop, you can write all the code, you can create the entire project and learn everything from your mobile phone. You don't have to worry, it's just a website. So if your mobile phone has a browser, just open this website on it and you are good to go. So right over here, once you enter into the platform, log into the platform. So I'm logging in through my Google ID. You can use GitHub, Facebook, Apple, whatever you want to use. I am currently using the Google ID because that is what I've been using for the past 3 years. Let me choose the account right over here, and it should get me into the platform. Again, as you're able to see, we are having the free version. I'm not using any kind of paid version right over here, so you guys can also do the same. Once you have opened up Replit, let me open up the live chat because now I'm not able to see anything. You can code anything in Replit, guys, not just websites, but also data science or machine learning or backend, front end, anything. It's a very good platform. I'm not promoting it. We are not affiliated to it as well. It's just that I've been using it for a very long period of time and I like that platform, especially when I'm teaching. Okay, so I'll take up this plus button. Okay, on the top right corner, are you guys able to see this plus button, guys? Please let me know. The top right corner, are you guys able to see this plus button, guys? Please let me know. Now I'm feeling extremely good. Click on that particular plus button and then select nodejs from right over here. Okay, in the search for templates, you will be able to see nodejs right over here, guys. So you're selecting nodejs. As you're able to see, you can rename the title. I'm keeping it as the same. That is up to you guys. You guys can rename it as anything that you want. And then I'm just going to click on this create REPL, guys. This will create a particular environment for me to code. Okay, that has nodejs already installed inside of it. Okay, so we don't have to do anything. Node.js is already there. We can directly start using it. So it is divided into 3 separate halves, guys. The left hand side, you are having your files. Okay, whatever files are present inside of this computer. This is an online computer, right? Think about it as an online computer. So in this online computer, in this space that has been provided to you guys, what are the different files that exist? So we only have one particular file, index.js. In the middle, you are having your index.js file already open up. This is where you are going to code. So for example, if I'm writing console, okay, this is very uncomfortable to code. We bring this up a little bit. Here, console.log, and then let's put up hello world right over here. So hello world. Okay, and we'll put up a semicolon at the end. So as you semicolon at the end. So as you're able to see, I've written some code. I can save it by doing Control S. That will save my code right over there, guys. Once I've saved it, if I want to run this particular file, if I want to run index.js, there are multiple ways of doing it. For right now, what we're going to do is we're going to just click on this play button on the top. Like on the top itself, you will be able to see this play button right over here. Just click on this play button, guys. It will execute your index.js file. And the console, you will be able to see hello world on the right. So all your output is towards the right, guys. Are you able to see this console, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this hello world on the right, guys? So that is your output right over there inside of the console. Now on the right, there are multiple different things, not just the console. You're having this shell terminal as well. So this is basically how you can directly interact. So the terminal or the command line that you guys might have heard about, if you guys don't know, to interact with the computer directly, you can use the GUI or the graphical user interface. That is your mouse, your keyboard, all the particular files, right click, left click, all that. So that is graphical user interface, how you are able to interact with your computer through graphics itself. Okay, folders are there, files are there, you click on it, you open up Word, you write your text right over there. So that is the GUI, graphical user interface. Another way of interacting with the computer is through commands. Okay, there are certain commands that are there that the computer is able to understand. You can directly, instead of using a mouse or a keyboard, you can directly write a command right over there, and it will be able to execute those commands. We will be seeing some certain commands while we are moving further, because in backend development, you guys need to learn some of these basic commands. Okay, many of you guys, I will be teaching some of the easiest commands to you guys. You don't have to worry, I will be introducing you guys to that. But this is very important if you are interested in backend development or full stack development. Even in any kind of development, I will still suggest you should be knowing some of the basic terminal commands, guys. Okay, yeah, so now that we have introduced you guys to some of the basics, let us move on to node.js, right? So one other way of executing our code, that is index.js, one other way of executing index.js is by using node itself. Okay, it's pretty simple. First of all, we need to check where we are currently present at. So we are currently present at this particular folder, guys. The name of the folder where we are currently present at inside of this computer is private Bruley hypotenuse. Okay, that is the name of this particular folder. Okay, so shell is basically like the terminal. Let us remove this. We'll keep both of them right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? What is the use case of shell, guys? Can somebody let me know? What is the use case of shell, guys? Are you guys able to understand what is the use case of shell? We are trying to directly communicate with our computer, guys. We are directly trying to communicate with our computer through commands. Now here we are able to see that the name of the folder where we are currently present at is private Bruley hypotenuse. Okay, that is where we are currently present at, and that is where we can write our commands. Okay, now another way of cross-checking this, cross-verifying this information is by using another command that is called as pwd. Okay, pwd or present working directory. You are asking your computer, by writing this command, you are asking your computer right over there that where am I currently present at? What is the present working directory? Directory inside of computer is basically folder. We call it as folder when we are noobs, but we are writing code right over there. You call it as a directory. Okay, so directory basically means folder. So present working directory, where am I currently located at? Let's press enter. As you're able to see, we are currently present inside of private Bruley hypotenuse, which is present inside of another folder called as runner, which is present of another folder called as home. That is the complete, like where am I currently located at inside of that computer. This is my complete address. Where am I currently present at? Now to check what is present inside of this particular folder, guys, inside of this folder, pbh folder, guys, what is present? What are the different files? What are the different folders that are present right over here? To do that, we need to list all the files and folders. We need to ask our particular computer itself to list all the particular files and folders right over there. Okay, so to do that, just write ls. Okay, ls basically means list, and it will list all the different files and folders present inside of the current present working directory. Okay, so let us press enter right over here. As you're able to see, you are having your index.js, package.json, replit.next, node module. So this is a folder, guys. As you're able to see, there is no .js, there is no nothing, there's no extension right over there, and it is not, when you're hovering over it, it is not showing an underline, right? So that means that it is a folder, guys. That is a folder right over there, and the others are basically different files that are currently present right over here. Now to run this index.js file, I want to run this particular index.js file. To do that, I will ask Node to help me out with it. What does Node give you, guys? An environment in which you can safely run JavaScript files. Okay, JavaScript files will run properly inside of the Node environment itself. So to do that, you just have to write Node and then the name of the file that you want to run. Okay, you're asking Node to run a file, right? So which file do you want to run? We want to run the particular index.js file. So we'll write index.js right over here. This is the file that we want to run right over here, guys. We'll press enter, and as you're able to see, we are getting hello world printed inside of our terminal. Are you guys able to see this? So we have asked Node to run a file called as index.js, and it has done that for us. Are you guys able to see this and understand it? Please let me know. Yes. So inside of a normal computer, when you want to create a particular folder, what do? You go to that particular folder, you do a right click right over there, you click on new, and you create a folder from there itself. That is the entire process that you have to follow to create a new folder, and then you have to rename that folder. But what if I want to create a new folder in which we are going to learn nodejs? Okay, so to do that, the command for that is mkdir. And what is my aim? Inside of this present working directory, I want to create a new folder, make a new folder, that is mkdir, make directory. Again, folders are called as directory inside of computers, guys. So make directory, guys. Okay, so mkdir, okay, make directory, and then the name of the directory. So intro to node, that is the name of the directory I'm creating. So again, mkdir, make directory, name of the directory, intro to node, press enter. If we go towards the left, as you're able to see, now we are having a folder as well, an empty folder. As you're able to see, there's nothing inside of it, but we are having a folder right over here, that is intro to node folder. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. What's the difference between npm and node in running files? So we are going to learn about npm today, so be patient. Okay, we will be reaching there. Let's focus upon the node right now. Yes. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to enter. Currently we are present at private Brule hypothesis. We want to enter into the intro to node folder. We want to get inside of intro to node folder. We want to make our pwd, that is present working directory, as intro to node. Now how can we do that? To do that, we need to change our directory or cd. Change our directory or cd, guys. So into cd into intro. Now I don't want to write the entire name, guys. Again, it is very tedious. It is a very long name. So what I can do is I can partially write the name, guys, and then I can press tab. Okay, I've written intro. I can just press tab right over here, and it will auto complete that for me. We'll find the nearest similar named folder, and it will just complete that for me, guys. So cd, I just wrote intro, and then I didn't want to write the entire thing. I press tab, it auto completed it for me. Now if I press enter, as you're able to see, before the dollar sign, our current working directory has been changed to intro to node. Our current present working directory has been changed to intro to node right over here, guys. Okay, we can even check that up. We can do pwd right over here. And as you're able to see, we are currently present inside of intro to node folder. Now inside of this folder, I want to create a new file. I want to create a new file right over here, guys. The name of the file is index.js. Okay, we want to create a new file right over here called as index.js, that is present inside of intro to node. Now to create a new folder, the command was mkdir, that is to make a folder, make a directory. But here we don't want to create a directory. We don't want to create a folder, guys. We want to create a file. So to do that, the command is touch. Touch will create a new file for us. What is the name of the file? So index.js, that is the name of the new file that you want to create, and press enter. So now if you see ls right over here, that is list all the files that are currently present inside of intro to node, we are able to see that index.js is present right over here. We can even check it from right over here, guys. Instead of intro to node, we are having index.js present right over here. So we'll remove this. We don't have a utilization of that. We'll just delete this. And we are having our intro to node folder and index.js present inside of it. Now let's get started with a little bit of node.js as well, right? So we will open our index.js. And let's go here. We'll search for node.js. This is the official documentation of node.js, guys. The reason why I'm doing this is so that I'm making you guys more comfortable with approaching documentation. It's a good practice, guys, to learn from documentation, to find things in documentation, because later on what happens is that when you grow a little bit bigger, you cannot follow YouTube videos. Okay, you will have to go into documentation. You'll have to learn how to use Google properly. So I'm just doing that for you guys right now. So as you're able to see, I have opened up the particular like node.js thing itself, and I'm going to go into the API docs. Okay. Or just go to docs from here as well. Both is fine. I'm just going to docs right over there. Docs basically means documentation. As you're able to see, these are so think about node.js as a huge library. Okay, think about node.js as a huge library itself, which has multiple different toolboxes inside of it. Multiple, instead of books, it has toolboxes inside of it, guys. Okay, think about node.js as a huge library. Instead of books, you are having multiple different toolboxes inside of it. One toolbox you can use for plumbing. One toolbox will contain the tools you can use for electronics. One toolbox will contain the tools for woodworking. One toolbox will contain the particular tools for playing with clay, and so on and so forth. In the exact similar manner, guys, here inside of node.js, each of these modules or each of these toolboxes contains the necessary tool to do that particular like item. For example, you are having crypto, you are having DNS, domain, errors, events, file system, global, HTTP, HTTP2, HTTPS, all these OS, path, net, permissions, query settings, REPL, so on and so forth. There are a lot of different things that are already present inside of node.js, and these are called as modules. The technical term is not a toolbox. Okay, that was just to make you guys understand about it. It is called as modules. Please don't forget about it. Many people get like, oh, what are modules? Okay, you should know these are modules right over here, guys. Now inside of these we are going to see one of the modules. So JavaScript does not have the ability to play around with your files and folders. It is just not given that ability. Okay, JavaScript on its own cannot play around with files and folders, guys. Okay, it just cannot. Python can. Okay, Python can do that. C++ can, but JavaScript cannot. Now that was a safety measure that was placed while creating JavaScript, so that websites were not able to access your files and folders. But Node.js, when you're working on a normal computer, you want your JavaScript to play around with the files. You want to edit some files, you want to send some files. So that feature needs to be provided to JavaScript, and Node.js does that for you. So Node.js has a module called as the file system module. Are you guys able to see it right over here? The file system module, guys. The file system module right over here. This is the module that helps, that provides JavaScript with the necessary tools so that JavaScript is able to play around with the different files. Okay, so we are going to see a very quick introduction to this and how you can use any of these tools at any particular point of time. So the file system module are rightly said by Vaibhav, FS module itself. We're going to the file system module. So this is the module. As you're able to see, these are the different methods that can be used inside of the file system module. Okay, so module has different methods right over there. Again, the technical term for these are methods. Okay, that is the tools that are present inside of the toolbox. Okay, the toolbox is the module, file system module, and the tools present inside of it are the different methods that are there. Okay, so a lot of different methods are there: read method, write method, sync method, all these. Now our aim is to copy text from one file using JavaScript and paste it into another file, guys. That is what we want to do. Copy text from one file and paste it into another file, guys. That is the aim of our of using Node.js. That's the example that I'm going to use for you guys. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to search for a particular method called as the copy file sync. Okay, this is the method that we are going to use. You can just click on that method, guys. You can just search for it, copy file sync method. You just click on it. It will show you the documentation of this method. I will highly suggest you guys to go through this documentation first before using it. I don't have enough time, so I'm just going to show it to you guys and I will just tell you the basics of it. But do go through the entire thing, guys. It will help you guys a lot to understand how does the documentation work. And when you're reading the documentation, you will learn a lot more than any YouTube video can teach you. Please do remember this, guys. The more that you read documentation, the more time that you spend doing things on your own, the more information you will be grasping than the other students. Okay, and that is what is going to set you apart from the rest of the crowd. So that is my humble request. I did this. This is my particular suggestion for you guys. Again, if you guys want to follow it, it's great. If you don't want to follow it, then that's up to you. I can't force you to do it, right? Okay, nevertheless, this is the particular method that we're going to do. There are two attributes that it takes into, two parameters that it requires. Again, parameters, if you guys remember. So two parameters it requires: the source parameter and the destination parameter, guys. Okay, so let us open up OneNote. Let's make this on the right hand side. This on the left hand side. Guys, if you're still asking for about attendance, that means that you guys were not paying attention in the class. I don't like such type of people. But focus on the class. You can, if the attendance has been taken up, you have lost it. There's nothing that you can do about it. If the attendance has not been taken up, then it will be taken up somewhere in the middle of the class. So pay attention to the class instead of asking about the attendance like a buffoon. Okay, that will be my suggestion to you guys. Okay, so let's start with this. Where is my pen? Okay, yeah. So the copy file sync method takes in two attributes right over there, guys. The first attribute is the source attribute, okay, src, or the source attribute, guys. And the particular next attribute is the destination attribute, guys. The next attribute is the destination attribute, dest. Okay, so what is our aim? To copy text from one file, so file 1, and paste it into another file. So can you guys let me know what is the source? From where are we copying the text from? File 1, right? So that will be the source. From where are we copying our text from, right? That is the source. So file 1 is going to be the source. Where are we copying the text from? And 2, where are we pasting the text to? So file 2, that is where we are pasting the text to. Am I right, guys? So that is the definition of source and destination that you need to provide to this method that we are using right over there, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Like, what is source and destination? We are copying the text from file 1, so that is the source. Where are you copying it from? And file 2, that is where are you copying the text to? That is destination, guys. Okay, super simple, nothing too complicated about it, right? So let us look at this from a coding perspective as well. So we'll go into our index.js, guys, and we'll start writing our code right over here. Basic code, guys. First, we need to tell JavaScript that which particular module, okay, which particular module are we going to use in this code? Which particular module is required by this particular code, guys? We are going to see about import as well. First, let us see something required. Okay, the reason why we are learning required is because JavaScript, there are two JavaScript that are currently being used. JavaScript ES6. So ES basically means the ECMAScript version 6. That's the latest version of JavaScript, guys, that is being implemented everywhere. And ES5 is the previous version of JavaScript, guys, that is something that you will be seeing in legacy codes. Okay, you will be seeing it everywhere. So both will be covering up. We'll learn about the new coding style. We'll learn about the old coding style, so that next time that you see require, you are like, oh, what is this? I've never seen this anywhere. Okay, I don't want that to happen, right? So we'll start with this require. So this is ES6, guys, the older version of JavaScript. What are we telling JavaScript is that we require a particular module from nodejs, the file system or the fs module from nodejs, guys. So we'll create a variable var. We'll call it as fs, and we'll require require the fs module. Okay, so what it is telling JavaScript is that JavaScript, we are requiring the file system module, and we are assigning a name called as fs to it. We are assigning a name called as fs to it, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. They're actually requiring the entire module. They're requiring the entire module from right over there. That dude, I require the entire fs module to use as of this particular point of time. Are you guys able to understand? And we are naming that. You can name this as Shaurya as well. You can name this as Shaurya. So var Shaurya is going to require fs. So the fs module that you are requiring will be called as Shaurya. But usually the correct way of doing this is to name it as the exact same thing as the module name itself. So we are naming it as fs. But again, you can name it as anything right there. Now I'm having a simple question. What is the value of pi? What is the value of pi, guys? Please let me know. What is the value of pi? Pi. 3.14. So I'm creating a variable var pi is equals to 3.14. Okay, fine. What if I do this? Pi is equals to 5.14. Should this be possible? Can the value of pi be 5.14, guys? Please let me know. Can the value of pi be 5.14, guys? Please let me know. No. but I've declared pi as a variable. So in JavaScript, I can change its value, right? I can change its value to 5.14, but it shouldn't be possible. Some things you need to be as a constant. Pi is a constant. It shouldn't be, we should not be able to change its value at any particular point of time throughout our code. But declaring it as a var, as a variable, we can change it at a later point of time. So this is where a new particular concept comes into picture, that is called as const or constant. Okay, we're going to learn about let as well in a similar way wherever we are going to get the chance. Okay, but right now we are going to use like learn about const. So instead of declaring it as a variable, we'll declare it as a constant itself. That const pi is equals to 3.14. Now you cannot modify it, you cannot change it. It is always going to be 3.14 throughout the entire code itself, because you have not declared it as a variable, you have declared it as a constant, as a const itself. In an exact same manner itself, this fs module as well shouldn't be able to, we shouldn't be able to change it anywhere in the code, that any in the middle of the code we have changed fs value to 5. We should not be able to do that. It should always contain the fs module. This variable should always contain the fs module, guys. So we are going to use it as a const. Okay, we are going to create it as a const. So const fs is equals to required fs. Again, you can name it as shaurya as well. Const shaurya is equals to required fs. That does not matter. Here I'm just using fs as a name. Okay, so now that you have done it, we are going to then create the two files that we require, the file 1 and file 2. So let us create that. Clear. And so to create a file, touch, if you guys remember, touch touch to create a file, and then the name of the file, file1.txt. Okay, and in this exact same manner we'll create file2.txt as well, guys, the source and the destination files. And we have created both the files. Let us check that up if everything worked properly. As you're able to see, file1.txt and file2.txt have been created for us. Now what we're going to do is we are going to use the fs module. So fs.copy file sync, and we'll provide it with the source and the destination, guys. So source is basically your file 1.txt, guys, and then the destination right over here, guys, that is the file 2.txt. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. But we'll create an empty file. Yeah, we'll put some text inside of file1.txt, guys. Don't worry about it. So we'll go right over here, guys. Inside of file1.txt, let us put a particular text. Okay. Okay, so I've put up a particular text right over here, guys, inside of file1.txt. That is, the students of DevTown community are amazing. A simple text right over here, guys. Nothing too complicated about it. We'll close this up. As you are able to see right over here, guys, inside of the file2.txt, it is completely empty. File2.txt has nothing inside of it. So what we have done is that we have required the fs module, and we have used the copy file sync method to copy files from the source to the destination. And let us run that. So how should we run this particular file, guys? Can somebody let me know the command to run this file, guys? Can somebody let me know the command to run this file, guys? Please let me know. Can somebody let me know the command to run this file, guys? Can somebody let me know the command to run this file, guys? Node file.js. Great, guys. So node file, so what file? Not js, index.js, guys. Index.js. Okay, node index.js right over here. Let us run this. So we have run the file right over here, guys. Let us go back to our file 2.txt. Let us see that. So let us open up our file 2.txt, and as you're able to see, the same text from our file 1.txt has been pasted, okay, copy pasted inside of file 2.txt. We didn't do any control C, control V. It already got pasted through coding, okay, through JavaScript, through nodejs itself. Now in the exact same manner, guys, how we have done this, okay, we will do the exact same thing using ES6. Okay, this is the older version of JavaScript. In the latest version of JavaScript, you don't have to write all these things. You can just write import fs. That's it. Import fs. Sorry. That's it, guys. That's the only thing that we have to change. Import fs, you can do import fs as ff as well. That is up to you guys. You can even look at the documentation for the same. The documentation also provides a lot of different things. So instead of writing the entire thing, you can write it like this as well. You can just import the copy file sync method. You don't have to import the entire file. So instead of using the entire particular toolbox itself, you can just get that one tool so that you are able to use it directly. So that is also something that you can do. So let us just look at this first. Okay, let us look at this particular example first, and then we'll move further. So what is fs? Is it predefined? Yes, fs is the name of the module. File system module, guys. Okay. So let us save this. Let us remove everything from file2.txt. Let's delete that. Let us save this. Okay, file2.txt is again empty, guys. We don't have nothing inside of it. Let us rerun our node index.js, guys. Let us rerun that. I've got an error right over here. Cannot import statement outside a module. Oh, what the fuck? To load an assisted type module in the practice with on JSON using okay, let us try with node right over here. Node and then colon fs. That works for us. Let's save that. Let's reopen this once again. Okay, we still got an error right over here. Cannot use import statement outside a module. Let us change that. Let us bring it outside this. Let's do that. So this happens in Code Sandbox a lot. We have to think about a little bit more because Code Sandbox is not exactly like your computer. So it works a little bit differently than usual. So this happens a lot inside of Code Sandbox with me. Okay, let us cd back and let us rerun it. Okay. This shouldn't have come up. This, let us do a Google search. Let us see what error are we getting. Oh, I didn't copy it. Okay, let us copy the error once again. Copy and let's paste. TS node cannot use statement. Blah 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 blah. Accept all cookies. Nope. This is a problem with the Code Sandbox, guys. I think so. This shouldn't be a problem in your normal computer. Sometimes this happens in your let us try to import just one particular thing from there. Let's do that. Import instead of the entire package, let us just import the copy file sync method. Maybe that's the problem. They have changed that. So let us use this copy file sync. Control V. Let us put the spacing required right over there. From node module, let us remove this from here. Let us save this and let's try to refresh it. Let's run this once again and it is still giving us an error. Wanting to load an ES module, set a type module in the package.json or use. Oh shit. Okay, so this is the problem right over here, guys. Okay, I'm able to understand this. Shivansh, I am able to understand that you use VS Code and you are not able to understand this. It is impossible basically if you are not able to understand this, because in a VS Code, the only thing that you have to change is basically install Node.js. Just go on their website, download Node.js, that's it. You're good to go to work with on VS Code. The exact same thing. And why we are using this is very important because not everybody has a mobile phone. Sorry, has a computer. Everybody has a mobile phone at the end of the day. So we are using this. Okay, so we'll change this type module. I think so that is the error that we are getting. So we'll have to go to package.json and update it. This is the reason why there is sometimes problems with this. Okay, because most of the things is a little bit different right over here. So let us see. Control V, type as module. Does that work for us? Formatting package.json failed. Did that work for us? Let's check that up once. So package.json basically defines the entire of the sandbox for us, guys. Like, what is the problem with the sandbox? Path, home runner, package.json. अब क्या problem है? Throw error passing, expected this. After property value at JSON, position this. Okay. Let's shift it. Control X, Control V. It's a comma right over here. Let's save this. Okay, now it has been successfully formatted. Should work right now. Yeah, it is working. I debugged it. Yes. Okay, so I finally debugged it. I think so it has worked properly for us. Let us check if the paste has happened or not. Then we will be able to understand if it worked properly. Yes, so it has worked properly for us. This is one of the most biggest dilemma of a particular developer, especially when you are live on YouTube and you get a bug and you have to solve it live. That is something that you have to do, right? You can't waste time right over there. Okay, so let's try to understand what I've done right now. So basically what it was saying is, in code sandbox, you cannot directly work with the modules in ES6. Okay, I don't know what is the reason why this is the fucked up logic of code sandbox. Mostly because I think so this might be a scenario that the ES6 has recently been the latest version of JavaScript that has been solidified to be used. Maybe code sandbox hasn't updated itself, its package.json up till this point of time. So package.json, what is package.json? So it basically contains all the extra information that node.js requires, the particular computer requires to make node.js work. Okay, so package.json basically contains all the information. For example, who is writing this particular code, who's the author of this code, what is the licensing of this code, okay, what particular version of node.js are we using right over here. So all that extra information is stored inside of package.json. This is something that we don't have to worry ourselves with. For example, Node, we are using the 18.0.6. That is the version of Node that we are using. The license is the ISC license. Who is the author? So there's no author right now. You can put your name right over here, Shaurya Sinha, or any of your names as well, who is currently writing the code. So here, basically, what I added one more line of code is that type module. Okay. So I don't know why this was required. Usually it is predefined inside of package.json if you're working locally on your computer. But in this, it was not. So I had to put that up right over here. Once you have added this particular line of code inside of package.json on your particular replit, then it's done. Now you can just close this and you can run your code as you like. So here what I've done is, instead of directly using the FS module, I have used the I've imported just the copy file sync method. Okay, so for example, if you are directly importing the FS module, all the different tools that are present inside of this toolbox, all the different methods present inside of this particular module itself gets imported with that, and we don't use it. We are just using the copy file sync method, right? So I've just told JavaScript that just import the copy file sync method so that the file size is smaller, the code runs much more faster right over there. From inside of Node, I want to get the FS module from there itself. You can directly write FS as well. I've used Node FS because that's the latest version. Okay, and then the rest of the code remains the same. So instead of writing fs.copyFileSync method, you can directly write copyFileSync method because you are directly importing it. Okay, I know this was pretty up and down for you guys, but are you guys able to understand it? I know this is a little bit up and down, guys, but this is how a particular developer works. You'll get errors, you'll have to solve those errors. Okay, So simple Google searches, understanding what is happening right over there should be more than sufficient for you guys to work with it. Okay. But nevertheless, were you guys able to understand this? I know it is a little bit up and down for you guys. Okay, I had to do it as fast as possible. So I was focusing on solving the bug as fast as possible, guys. Okay, but are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Shivansh, you have to install Node.js. So if you go to Node.js right over here, you have to install nodejs first if you're working in your local computer right over there. Okay, so just go to nodejs and install it. So just go to nodejs.org and then you can install it from right over here. So download and just download the latest version for Windows, Mac, or any of the source code that you want to do. Required is not used in the latest version. You can still use it. There's no issues in that. You can still use require. But according to the latest version, you should be focusing upon imports rather than require. That is my suggestion to you guys. But again, you can definitely do that. Okay. The next thing that we need to understand is that these are some of the important, okay, some of the essential modules that are already pre-installed, that are pre-packaged with Node. Okay, it already comes with Node.js itself. But what if we want some other packages, right? Now, for example, I want to implement an authentication system in my website. Like I want to log in, log out. People are able to put their ID and password right over there. I want to do this. Now, is this the first time that is being built in the entire world? Do you really think that an authentication system, you are the first one to build an authentication system in the entire world? No, right? Somewhere across the entire globe, some developer must have developed an authentication system. Now, it would have been such a great way that if somebody has developed something, they could share it with the entire world. And so me writing the entire thing on my own, just for example, if I want JavaScript to work with files, I don't have to write the entire code for it. That, okay, then do this, do that. Okay, send this particular command to the terminal, do this. I have a package right over there, the file system package. It provides me the tools to actually help JavaScript access the file, so that I'm able to focus much more on building what I want to build rather than creating the tools first, right? So in the exact same manner, what if there was a place from where I can get more packages, okay, for what I want to do, and then I can use those packages and those tools to do the stuff that I want to do. Think about it in such a way that, for example, in your backyard, you have purchased a house. There's a great backyard in your particular house itself, and you want a tree in that backyard. Okay, so let's try to understand it in such a way. You have a great house that you have purchased right now. This is the house right over here, guys, and this is the backyard right over here. And inside of this backyard, you want a tree to be put up right over there. You have two options. The first option is that you plant a particular seed. Okay, you plant a seed, you water it for the next 30 years itself, and then you get a tree in your backyard. The another particular method of creating, like putting up a tree in your backyard, is dig a hole. Okay, in your backyard, just dig a hole in your backyard, guys, and then you are having a tree somewhere else. You uproot that entire tree along with the particular soil. You uproot that tree right over there, guys, and then put it inside of this particular hole. You put this tree along with its root inside of this hole, guys, and you have a tree in one day. Which method is much more suitable for you? To water this particular seed for 30 years or to get a tree inside of your backyard in just one day? Which particular method will you go further with? Reference error, fs is not defined. You are not in, so you are writing fs. Okay, again, that is the reason why I tell you guys not to code when I'm teaching. This is the problem. Like a particular person got a particular error, reference fs has not been defined. This is the reason why I tell students not to code when I'm teaching. Okay, code after the class itself. Have I put fs right over here? I have imported directly the copy file sync method. I don't have to write fs.copy file sync right over there. I can directly just write copy file sync and it will work properly. Okay. Okay. So in the exact same manner, guys, if this was my project, if this was not my backyard, but this was my project right over here, and I wanted to put up an authentication system, instead of writing the code for the authentication system from scratch, creating that code, maintaining that code, and doing that, it will take a lot of time, and the other part of my project will be left. If I could get a tree, if I could get the authentication system from somewhere, and I could directly just put up a hole inside of my particular code and just put that authentication system right over here, in one day I have an authentication system. I don't have to waste a lot of time for that. And this is where the concept of npm, okay, npm or node package manager comes into place. Node Package Manager, guys. NPM is an online platform in which developers from all over the world create their own packages, create their own modules, just like the file system module. People from all over the world create their own modules itself and put it up on the internet. And anybody can use it for free. So we'll look at NPM right now, npmjs.com. That is the website. Okay, npmjs.com, guys. Okay. So Tejas, the particular thing that I've implemented, going to the package.json, putting up that particular message right over there, putting up the comma, okay, do that, this error will be gone. Okay, that is the reason why I was doing that. Again, this is the reason why I tell you guys to listen to me rather than to code when I'm teaching. Okay, so right away, guys, this is the npm website itself. You can search for any of the packages that you want. For example, I want to print out random supervillain names. Okay, I want to print out random supervillain names. Okay, so I have a package called as supervillains. If I want to create that from scratch, I will have to first collect different supervillain names. Okay, for example, Craven the Hunter, then you're having Venom, Carnage, Joker, then Harley Quinn, then Clayman, then you are having all these different villain names. We will have to first collect it, you'll have to store it somewhere, then you'll have to write the code to get one of those names at random itself and then print it out to your screen. Now that's a very lengthy process, right, to do all that. Now there is a package for it. So super villains. Okay, so as you're able to see, there's a package for it right over here, guys, called as the supervillains package. And this particular package provides that for you guys. So right over here, what is its use? So it will, if you want a particular supervillain, like random supervillain name, just write supervillains.random and will give you a random supervillain name to you. If you want all the supervillain names, okay, you want a list of all the supervillain names that are there, just write supervillains.all and it will give you a list of all the supervillain names that exist. Now we don't have to collect the supervillain names. We don't have the right to write. We don't have to write the code for it. It already exists. We just need to install this particular package inside of our code. Okay, we have to install this particular package inside of our code, guys, and then you just have to use it. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand it, guys? Please let me know. Sir, I have VS Code and I have to download the extension. Of course, you have to download the extension as well as Node.js both. Okay. So now this particular package is not pre-bundled with Node.js, guys. You need to understand it. This does not comes with Node.js. That is present on npm. You need to use npm to get this particular package, guys. Now, what's the first? This is our tree, guys. This is present somewhere else. Okay, this is our tree. This particular supervillains package module is our tree, guys. We want to use it. So what is the first step that we need to do? We want to use this tree inside of our backyard. What is the first step that we need to use, guys? Please let me know. We want to use this particular tree, this particular package inside of our code, guys. What was the first step that we need to do? I'm talking about a tree, guys. I don't know what is install, guys. I don't know what is import. For the tree, what do you need to do, guys? You cannot install a tree. Okay, you need to dig a hole. Very good, Bhavik. Very good. The first thing that we need to do is dig a hole inside of our backyard. Where is that tree going to come in? Inside of that hole, right? So to do that, we need npm, right? That npm is where we are going to put up our particular new package. So we'll clear this up. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to initialize npm. Okay, that is to dig up the hole. Okay, so to initialize npm, you just have to write npm init. Okay, npm init. This will initialize the npm for you. This will create that hole for you wherein you can put up as many number of trees as you want. So here we just want one tree. So we're putting up npm init. We'll press enter right over here. So this will initialize npm for us, guys. It will ask us a ton of questions and we will have to answer them. Did it hang? This cafe. Okay, so right over here we have initialized npm and it is going to ask us a lot of questions. Is my screen coming in between? Like, are you guys able to see the questions? put it up right over here. So the first particular question is, what is the package name? Okay, what so npx, I'll be explaining it separately right now. First we need to understand npm. Okay, slowly I will be explaining npx as well, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so package name nodejs, we'll keep it as the same nodejs, we don't need to care about it. Version 1.0.0, let us keep that. Description, intro to npm. Okay, that is the description that I'm putting up right over there. Git repository, we don't read it. Author, so who is currently writing the code? So Shaurya Sinha is currently writing the code. So Shaurya Sinha right over here, guys. License ISC, let's keep it as ISC itself. Is this okay? Yeah, it's okay. We don't really care about it. And done. You have initialized npm. You have created the hole right now. Okay, inside of your particular backend, you are having a hole right over there. Now, what do you need? You need to transport the tree from wherever it was into that hole. Okay, you need to transport that tree from wherever it was, the supervillains tree from wherever it was into that hole, guys. Now, how are you going to do that? We don't have to cut the tree, guys, but then how will it grow? We have to transport it, right? So we're going to install, we are going to install so to install it, the code is already given right over here. So as you're able to see, npm install supervillains. Now please do remember, you have to use the exact same spelling, and it is case sensitive. So if it is small, you have to keep it small. If it is big, you have to keep it big. Okay, and just you take up this, you put up a right click and just copy it. So I usually copy it so that I'm avoiding any kind of mistakes while particularly writing it. Okay, so copy and let's paste it right over here, guys. Dude, seriously, come on. So we'll paste it right over here, we'll press enter, and it will start installing the supervillains package for us, or the module, whatever you want to refer it to as. The module has been installed for us, guys, and then inside of this module, we are going to so instead of using import, because this particular one will not work with import, guys, you can use import as well, import supervillains, but I will definitely suggest to use require right over here, because in the use case, so again, how do I justify to use require instead of installing it? Because in the use case itself, it has been specified as using as a particular require. So if it was import, I would have used import. But because in the use case inside of the documentation itself, it has been specified to use it as require. So we are using it as require itself. So we'll copy paste this, guys, directly. Why to apply our own brains? And inside of here, we'll just copy paste that. Control V. Okay. Once we have done this, guys, we have to use it as well. So what is our aim? We want to print a random supervillain name. Okay, we want to print a random supervillain name. Now to get a random supervillain name, the command is supervillains.random. You can check it from the supervillains particular documentation itself, that is supervillains random. So we'll go back right over here and we'll write that code. So that is console.log, and then we'll put up supervillains random right over here, guys. And that's it. We'll save this and we're done. We have written our code. We have utilized the particular package. Now to see that, we'll go back inside of our code itself, guys. We'll have a shell. We'll clear this up and we'll rerun our code, guys. So node index.js and press enter. And oh shit, what happened once again? Now it is saying to me, okay, so because we have changed that, we will have to use the particular import. We don't have an option. So import supervillains. There is no other way of going about it. Maybe this works for us. Still an error. Okay, console is not defined. What the fuck? Node. Okay, so I have to remove that, guys. That type is not working anymore. So I have to go to the package. Okay, console. So we will have to remove that, guys, from package.json, because without that, it is not going to work for us. So this will have to remove it from right over here. So I'm just going to comment it out. working. Let's save this. Okay. So now I think so this should work for us. Let us save this, guys, and let us rerun this. Yeah, so now it is working. So every time that I will run this particular file, guys, I'll get a particular random supervillain name printed for me, as you're able to see in the particular terminal itself. So you're having Madam Ro, Gorilla Man, Sensei, Deuce, you're having Professor. I'm not going to read that as well. So Humpty Dumpty, and then Holiday, then you're having Reaper, then you're having Kite Man, then you're having your Penguin, and so on and so forth. So here, as you're able to see, we are getting mine got executed without error. Like I said, code sandbox, we have to make sure different particular problems require different solutions. Okay, so here everything is working fine. This particular module did not exist automatically inside of Node.js. This existed outside Node.js, guys, and we required it so that we are able to use it within our code. Now, this is where we are going to learn about expressjs, another particular module that will be present on npm, guys. Now, what is this expressjs? Okay, can you please summarize once again? So again, the problem that we were facing is that inside of package.json, the change that we made that was hindering to us to use a particular another module. So I removed that particular line of code, and everything is working absolutely fine with our code itself. So now there won't be any issues. So that is what I did. Okay. Nevertheless, guys, the next particular thing is your particular thing. Code Tamil, the particular MNC certificates are like compulsory. Like we are giving it to everybody. That is a guarantee from our end. If you're facing any kind of issues, just email it to us at support@devtown.in. You can take this clip and put it up right over there. The MNC certificates are guaranteed. Like that is something that we have to give it to you because of our partnerships with the company. So you don't have to worry about that, guys. Okay. So you can just email it to us on support@devtown.in. You can take this clip of this video that blah blah blah. It is compulsory. You are going to get it. Okay. So of course they have to do the 1 month internship. Don't think that without doing that you will get it. The guarantee is with the certificates and the internship. You don't have to worry about that. But of course that is going to happen after the particular program is over, right? You don't think that only on the first day you're going to get it. Okay, after the program is over, you're going to get it. But don't worry, it is compulsory, it is guaranteed. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. Support@devtown.in. Okay, support SUPPORT support@devtown.in, guys. Okay. Okay, so the next particular thing that we have to learn about is going to be pretty simple, guys. That is expressjs. Okay, this was all basics. This was thus the build up to backend development. Okay, the next particular topic is expressjs, guys. Now, please try to understand this, guys, that for backend, okay, how does the backend actually work? Okay, so this is your computer. This is your computer right over here. This is the computer where a particular website is stored. Okay, so what is the website, right? What is the website? Website is nothing else but 3 particular code files. Okay, there's a file. Okay, it has some code inside of it, and that file is what a website is. Now that is not present on your computer. Okay, your computer does not has all the websites of the entire world stored on it. Otherwise, your particular computer would be petabytes in data. Okay, but that is just not possible, right? So what happens is that when you write www.google.com, this particular thing, okay, this website is mapped to a particular IP address. Now, how many of you guys don't know what is an IP address, guys? How many of you guys don't know what is an IP address? Anybody? Rohit, I've listened to you very much. Okay, that this is basic. I want you to answer this while I'm teaching. I want you to answer this. What is the entire, like, how does the internet work? This is a very basic interview question. How does the backend work? How does the internet work? Okay, what happens when I write www.google.com? This is very basics, extremely basics. Okay, this is a very famous interview question as well in backend development. I want you to answer that. If you answer it before I will tell you exactly what you have to do. Okay, but if you don't, then stay in the class. That is all that I can say. That basically means that your particular basics are very poor. Okay, So every device has a unique IP address, right? So what happens is over the entire internet, think about the internet as the world. Okay, if I want to send you a particular parcel, right? I want to send you a particular parcel right over there. How can I do that? I need your exact address where you live, right? I need your exact address where you live. Only then I will be able to send my package to you, right? In the exact same way, the computers throughout the entire world are interconnected through the internet. Okay, every computer in the entire world is connected through the internet itself, guys. And due to that particular reason why it is interconnected, every particular computer has a unique address. Just like you have a unique address where you live, I have a unique address where I live. In the exact same way, every computer on this internet has a unique address, and that is your IP address, guys. So even this particular computer where the website is actually stored, this particular computer where the actually the website is stored, guys, that also has a unique IP address, guys. Let's say that it is X. The IP address of this particular computer is X, guys. Okay. So what I want is when I enter www.google.com, I want to connect with this particular computer. I want to connect with this particular computer. Only then it will be able to send me the package. It will be able to send me the website itself. So what happens is when you enter www.google.com, you are sending a request to your ISP or your internet service provider. You're sending a request to your internet service provider that, dude, there's a domain name called as google.com. What is the IP address of this particular domain? What is the address of the computer from where I can get the files related to this particular domain itself? Now, ISP or internet service provider is basically your Geo, okay, or your Airtel, okay, whatever you are using, VI, okay, BSNL, whatever company that you are having the Wi-Fi off or the internet off or the SIM off, that is your internet service provider. Each of these internet service provider, okay, the internet service provider, Code Club Tamil, like I said, the MNC certifications are compulsory, are guaranteed. You don't have to worry about it. I don't know what you're saying this because every student gets it. Okay. If you're doing the course, if you're not doing the course and then you're saying, yeah, I want the certificate, that is a big deal. Okay. But that is compulsory. That is guaranteed to you. Just send us an email at support@devtown.in. Your particular question will be answered from right over there. Okay. So each of these internet service provider has something called as a DNS, guys. DNS or domain name. What is this? Domain name system, guys. Domain name system. Okay. This DNS is nothing else but just like a dictionary. Your Oxford dictionary is there, right? Everybody has an Oxford dictionary. What does this Oxford dictionary contain? Okay, it contains your word and then the meaning of that word. This DNS contains your domain name and the address, IP address associated with that domain name. It contains the IP address associated with that domain name. Now, every single website in this goddamn world and every single IP address associated with those websites are present inside of this DNS, guys. So, for example, when I write google.com, I send a request to Geo. Okay, the Geo basically then reads into the DNS and finds out the IP address with that particular domain name. It sends that particular IP address back to my computer. That this is the IP address X. Okay, now what will happen is that my computer through the internet will establish a connection with a computer present at that particular IP address. Okay, once this is done, I've sent my request, I've got the IP address that is X. Now my computer will then establish a connection with that particular computer having the IP address of X. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. So let us do that right now. Let us establish a particular connection request with that. This is a very important interview question, guys. How does the internet work? Okay, this is a very important interview question, guys. That is, how does the internet work? This is asked in interviews a lot, especially full stack as well as backend development interviews. Okay, especially for internships, usually for job roles, this is a very basic question. It shouldn't be asked. But for internships, this is a very famous interview question, guys. Okay. So right over here, guys, once I've got the particular IP address, I will then establish a connection with that particular computer, guys, through the internet. Once I've established Code Club Tamil, I've already told you where to send the email. Okay, that email is there on our website as well. Eh, What can I do? What more can I do? You are just bothering me right now. If you want to stay in the class, please stay in the class. Learn right over here. I'm teaching right now. Let the class get over. At least let the class get over. Okay. Then you are establishing a connection request with your particular computer, the Google's computer. This is Google's computer, guys. Google, Google's computer, guys. We are establishing a connection request with that particular computer. Now what are we going to do? Okay, now what we are going to do, this is where the concept backend comes into place. To show the website on your screen, you require this file. Okay, this is your HTML, CSS and JavaScript file, guys. That is the front end of your website. Okay, to show something on your computer, you require this file from right over there. Okay, so you are going to send a request. You're going to send a request to the Google's computer that, dude, my name is Shaurya. This is my IP address. I want to see this particular file. Okay, I want to show my particular user google.com. I want to show this website to him. Could you please give me the files associated with that? Okay, could you please give me the files associated with that? So sending a get request, guys. Get request. Like get me the files associated with this particular website, google.com. Get me these files associated with google.com, guys. Are you guys able to understand it? Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. You're sending a get request. Okay, you're sending a get request to the particular computer at Google that get me the files associated with showing this google.com website itself. Okay, now this get, if for example Google is saying that you are not authenticated, okay, there's fucking problem with this, okay, you cannot access this file, that is separate. Let's assume that you are able to access that file, Google has approved it. So now what will happen is Google will respond back. RESPON. Should I use response or respond? Okay, I'll just write this. Okay, Google will respond back with these files. That okay, these are the files that you wanted. Take these files with you and show it to your user. Okay, show it to your user itself. Are you guys able to understand this? So the first thing was get me these files associated with google.com. Okay, get me the files associated with google.com, and then you send that to right over here. Now this particular computer, how is it able to manage this get request and send these files? That is through code. How is it able to manage this get request and then respond back with these files? That is through code. Now the computer is not doing that. The code is doing that. And that code, my friends, is the backend code that you have to write. That code that lives right over here, that is handling this get request and then sending the response back, is your backend code. That is your backend code, guys. Now, if you're using pure JavaScript to create, you will have to write, okay, how to handle this get request, then how to get this file and send this file right over here. All that you'll have to write from scratch. What if there was another way? What if there was a particular module that was able to provide me the tools to handle this get and post request so that I'm able to focus on building the backend for my website? And that is where expressjs comes into place. What about post request? Again, we are learning about the basics. Let's first complete get request. Tomorrow we'll focus upon the post request. Again, we are going to do that. Listen to it first. Try to understand this first. Okay. So are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please do let me know. What is expressjs? So expressjs is nothing else but another package, another module that has been created by somebody, which helps you, gives you the tools to handle these get requests and all these other requests. There are multiple different requests, guys. We are going to look at that as well, and then send and basically manage the entire cycle itself. That is the use of expressjs. So I think so now you should be able to understand the importance of nodejs, npm, and expressjs, and why are they different from each other, and also javascript. Okay, they are interdependent upon each other but still different from each other. They have different use cases itself. If we are still not able to understand it, then there's no other better way for me to explain it to you guys. Otherwise, you are not paying attention. That's all that I can say. But that is how it basically happens, right? So expressjs is nothing else but another package, another module that is present on npm. Let us see that as well. Okay, so right over here we'll go to npm and we'll search for expressjs right over here, guys. express. And as you're able to see, this is the expressjs package that we're going to install tomorrow, and we're going to use it. So this is expressjs, as you're able to see right over here. This is a logo. Please do remember the logo, guys. And fast, unopinionated, minimalistic web framework for nodejs. You're having the get request and all that. Send hello world. This is what we're going to do tomorrow. It's going to be super simple, super straightforward, super easy, guys. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand up till here, guys? Please do let me know. I want you guys to spend today's day trying to understand this concept properly. Okay, this is very important for you guys as well. Okay, try to revise what we have learned in today's class, practice it before coming to tomorrow's class, guys. This is very important for you guys. Please do not forget to do this. Okay, so everybody, I'm requesting this from everybody, guys. Please do practice and revise before coming to tomorrow's class, because it's very important for us, guys. Okay, again, I'm going to give you guys the attendance link right now. In the meanwhile, guys, like I've already said, for those who are interested to connect with us, reach out to us. I've already provided to you guys the Instagram account. Please do connect with us on Instagram, guys. We are trying our level best to create a community right over here. And a community, we are trying to post a lot of different things, guys. We are trying to get a lot of memes, reels, and that is only important and only relevant if you guys are finding it relevant at the end of the day. So if it's possible, guys, if it is not a big deal, if you think that we are providing something of value to you guys, please do connect with us on Instagram. It will be great to be a part of a community. Okay, and we promise this. I will make sure that the reels are funny for many of you guys and relatable as well. So I always try my level best. Based on my experiences, I try to create the reels. And of course, not just reels, guys. There will be a many number of different things that will be there. So please do connect with us on Instagram, guys. It will be great to connect with you guys and learn a little bit more about you. Right now, I'm going to give you guys the attendance for today's class. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 9:43. At exactly 9:43, the attendance link will be closed. The attendance link is in the live chat. I'll be providing the attendance link for just one more minute, and then I will not be providing the attendance link anymore. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 9:43, guys. At exactly 9:43, the attendance link will be closed. So please start filling up the attendance link right now. Okay. Please start filling up the attendance link right now. At exactly 9:43, the attendance link will be closed. After that, even I will not be able to help you guys out with this. So please make sure that you are able to fill up your attendance right now. At exactly 9:43, the attendance link will be closed. At exactly 9:43, the attendance link will be closed. Please start filling up your attendance right now. After that, even I will not be able to help you guys out with the same. Exactly 9:43, guys. The attendance link will be closed. Please start filling up the attendance right now. After that, even I will not be able to help you guys out with the same. Also, the LinkedIn link is already pinned up in the particular comment section. So main, just email it to us on certificates at devtown.in. Certificates is plural. Okay, certificates at devtown.in, and there we'll be able to handle it. Please tell expressjs. Anjali, the last particular 15-20 minutes of the class was just expressjs. What were you not able to understand in that? If you have missed on one day of attendance, don't worry, we still give you guys the certificates. But if you have missed more than one day of attendance, we will not be able to help you guys out with the same. Okay. Can you explain React JS the same way you did with Express.js? it is not simple. For that, you need to understand in the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, what are the problems with that, and why do we need a framework right over there. Maybe in the future, I will have a React.js bootcamp as well. You can definitely come to that bootcamp. I'll explain it in deep for you guys. But yeah, React.js, just like expressjs is used to build backend, React.js is used to build front end of websites. So you can just think about that for right now. Okay. The attendance link will be closed in the next 2 minutes, guys. You have 2 minutes. Please do fill up your attendance right now. The next 2 minutes, the attendance link will be closed. Please start filling up the attendance right now, guys. In the meanwhile, please do connect with us on Instagram. I've still seen out of 1,000 people, only 100 people have connected with us on Instagram. Uh, Please try to connect with us, guys. I don't think so that is a huge thing to ask from you guys, right? So please do connect with us on Instagram. It will be great to talk to you guys. It will be great to connect with you guys. Also, you can put up your questions in the comment section, guys. We'll try to make reels. I've already created reels. Let me show it to you guys. So for example, when people ask me questions on Instagram, I try to create reels like that. For example, somebody asked how to do open source contributions. So I created a reel for that to make you guys understand about it. uh, Somebody asked about what is competitive programming, so I created a reel for that as well. So if you guys are interested in such type of things, I'm trying my level best to create reels for you guys, to create posts for you guys. So if it is not a big deal, guys, only 100 of you guys have connected with us on Instagram. Please do connect with us on Instagram, guys. It will be great for us as well. Okay. Will you provide notes? It will be good if you do so. The concept of notes is what it means. Like, it is a personalized thing. It is something that you have to write, not me. I can teach you, but notes you have to create it on your own. Okay. How can I start? I know a little bit of HTML and CSS. You can start on any of the boot camps that we have and you can start learning. It's as simple as that. Can I start to learn DSA using JavaScript? Don't do that. Use either Java or C++. Don't learn it in any other programming languages. That is not good for your particular exam point of view, interview point of view. It's not good. Okay. Okay. So people have already filled up the attendance. Now I will be closing the attendance right now. Time is also over. When will the internship going to start? So you will be receiving a call within the next 10 days. And yeah, that if you do the particular work, you will be selected for the internship, right? Guys, like I said, only 100 of you guys have joined the particular like Instagram channel, guys. It will be great if everybody is joining that. Like I've said, guys, we are trying to build up a community. So if it's not a very big deal with you guys, there are almost somewhere around 300 400 people still live with us, I guess. Almost 500 people live with us. I'll request everybody. I provided you guys with the Instagram link in the live chat. Please do connect with us on Instagram, guys. Creating a community is something that we are aiming for. And to be able to do that, we want everybody to join us on a platform so that we are able to provide them with whatever is necessary for their growth, whether it be some information, short piece of content itself, or longer piece of content. We want to create that for you guys. So please do connect with us on Instagram, guys. Provided the link of the Instagram right over here in the live chat. You will get the information about the upcoming boot camps, upcoming events, and many other things, guys. Whatever questions or queries is, we'll be putting it right over there. Okay. So we'll meet in our tomorrow's class, guys. Once again, and we'll continue from right over there. Sir, I'm doing my degree in data science. What should I do next? Learn Python, learn machine learning, data analytics, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. Learn about data engineering, learn about working with various different kinds of data pre-processing, data mining, learn to how to work with Power BI, Tableau, Excel a little bit, not a lot. Then go further with the 18 machine learning algorithms, learn the mathematics, the intuition behind it, make one single project in each of the algorithms. So 18 projects you should be having. Then move further with deep learning. Okay, there are 5 or 6 deep learning particular concepts. Learn about them: ANNs, RNNs, GANs. Okay, auto generators. Learn about all these kind of stuff. Create one project each in that as well. Learn about TensorFlow.js or TensorFlow.lite. Create a particular web or app and deploy some of your projects right over there. So these are the things that I will be like asking you to do. Okay. So certificate of this bootcamp certificate, I have not received an email about this stuff. Could you tell, as you told us on the very first day, the certificate you will get it after the bootcamp, not during the bootcamp, right? Okay. Do you have any advice for self-taught CS students? Learn a little bit more. Okay, as much as possible, build good projects, have decent data structures, algorithm skill set. Do a little bit of competitive programming, not a little bit, a lot of competitive programming if you want to get into a good big company itself. So yeah, that will be my particular thing. Okay, so my branch is civil. No company cares about it. No company cares that your branch is civil or you're doing BCA, MCA. No company cares about it. The only thing that they care about at the highest particular point of time is, are you from IIT or not? As simple as that. If you're from IIT, they don't care if you're going for off-campus placements. They only care if they are coming to the IIT campus itself. So that does not matter to you. Okay, so I want to become a UI designer. Make sure that you are able to design good stuff. I've seen people with shitty ass designs talking about becoming a UI designer. So get it verified by somebody first, that do you have the potential to become a UI designer or not. Otherwise, you are going to waste a lot of time right over there. Okay, like I said, guys, please do connect with us on Instagram, guys. Almost like there are almost 300 people live with us. I'll request everybody to connect with us on Instagram. We'll meet in our tomorrow's class and we'll continue from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.